order. If you'll please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. And the next item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes.
Mr. President, I move for approval of the minutes from our last meeting, Monday, November 5th, 2018.
I'll second that. Any further discussion?
No, sir.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, that passes. All right. Presentation of accounts payable, vouchers, and payroll.
I would move for accounts payable vouchers to be approved, and those are for the dates November 6th through November 19th as submitted.
Second. We have a motion and second. Any further discussion on that? No. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, that passes. Highway. You want to make a motion?
Yes, sir. I would move that we hear ordinance 2018-25-CM, the first reading of the amending the Tippecanoe County Code, Chapter 72.
I actually think it's second reading.
I'm sorry.
Isn't it?
No, it's first reading for this.
It is first?
Be one.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's the health department that's second reading. I'm sorry.
This is essentially the ordinance revision is setting speed limits on County Road 300 East from State Road 225 to 800 North and 400 South from 100 West to 231. 300 East will be set at 45 miles per hour and 400 South at 40 miles per hour. And Mike Parks is here if you have any questions about the setting of the ordinance.
Okay. All right. Is there any public input in regard to this ordinance that we're hearing on first reading? Okay. Questions?
No, sir.
And this
Nope.
takes two readings.
Yes. Bob?
Murtaugh?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Ordinance 2018-25-CM passes 2-0 on first reading.
All right. So then that will be heard on second reading at our next meeting. Okay. We can move on.
The second item is the awarding of bids that we took on gasoline, diesel, and rental equipment at the last meeting. We'll be accepting them now. The only gasoline quote is from Sirius Fuel, and then we have quotes from Milestone and Reeve Riley for rental of equipment. We'd accept all three contracts. Bids.
Mr. President, I would move that we accept the bids for fuel and for rental equipment as submitted by our director.
Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, that passes.
Okay. We have a warranty deed for the County Road 450 South project. It's parcel number 9 for the Riggs property in the amount of $2,300.
Mr. President, I'd move for approval as submitted.
Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, that passes.
And our last item is a supplemental agreement with Beam Longus and Neff on the North River Road correction project. It is for a period of 3 years to do tree monitoring and write the reports to be in compliance with our IDNR permit. It's in a total net amount of $11,000.
Mr. President, I would move that we approve the supplemental agreement number 3 with Beam Longest and Neff for the River Road project as stated.
Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, that passes. What's the timeline on that project? When does that start? Is it next?
It's awarded and it starts late spring. I don't remember the completion. There's the mitigation has to, and the clearing will be clearing soon with our own forces to get the utilities moving before April 1st back clearing. Back trees.
So
Okay.
it'll be completed sometime the first half of 2019 then?
Yes.
Thank you.
There's a monitoring process on the bill, so it's more towards late summer.
Mr. President, I would move that we hear ordinance 2018-24-CM, the amendment to the Health Department for fees. This is the second reading.
Second. Morning.
Good morning. To recall, this ordinance is allowing for us to collect for blood tests for tuberculosis patients through Alverno Labs. And that'll give us some really low costs and be able to try to keep control of that disease, which is it's becoming quite a problem here. We have not received any feedback, negative or otherwise, about the ordinance.
Okay. Thank you. Is there anyone who would like to speak in regard to this ordinance that we're hearing on second reading? Questions?
No, sir.
Bob?
Brown,
Yes.
Murtaugh.
Yes.
Ordinance 2018-24-CM passes 2-0 on second and final reading.
All right. Shirley, the new positions.
Do you want me to do these by department or all at once?
Let's do them by department.
Okay. There were positions that were funded during the budget hearings that had not been yet created. They all had existing job descriptions. So first of all would be Sheriff's Department, 1 new deputy, which is poll merit, 5 new jail deputy positions, which is poll 2 non-merit, 1 new courthouse security officer, which is a poll 3 non-merit, and 1 new communication officer, which is a poll 2 non-merit.
Mr. President, I would move that we approve the following for the Sheriff's Department: 1 new deputy position, 5 new jail deputy positions, 1 new court security officer, and 1 new communication officer.
I'll second that. And you concur that those are the funds, or those are the positions that
Correct.
were actually
Yes.
funded
Yeah.
through the process?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That passes.
Next is Prosecutor Department, 4 new deputy prosecutors.
Mr. President, I'd move that we approve the 4 new deputy prosecutors.
Second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
That passes.
Next would be the Public Defenders Department. We have 1 new full-time public defender and 2 new regular part-time public defenders.
Mr. President, I would move that we approve for the Public Defender's Office 1 new full-time public defender and 2 new regular part-time public defenders.
And I'll second that. And then just make note that there is an additional position that was funded through the
Right.
public defender that
Is not.
That we'll
yet.
address
Yeah.
At a
probably
later date.
December or January.
Okay. All right, so we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That passes.
Next, we have the Maintenance Department, 1 new custodian, which is an LTC 1.
Mr. President, I move for approval of the 1 new custodian position.
Second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That passes.
And last, we have Community Corrections Department, 2 new correctional officers that are poll 2 non-merit.
Mr. President, I would move that we approve the 2 new correctional officers positions for the Community Corrections Department.
Second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That passes.
Okay,
All right,
that's it.
thank you. All right, grants.
Morning.
Morning.
I'd like to ask permission to apply for grants. The Circuit Court, working with the Indiana Supreme Court for $75,000 for administrating of the Adult Guardianship Office to supplement the Wabash Center Guardianship Services and an MOU with the judge person in the Circuit Court.
Mr. President, I'd move for approval as submitted.
Second. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That passes.
And the second grant, it's the internship with National Environmental Health Association and Public Health Internship Program for a student to spend 10 weeks in our health department as completing part of their professional goals and gaining unique opportunities with the local health development. This is the grant that brought TICA to our county last summer. The student receives a $4,000 stipend from this NIP-HIP, and it goes directly to the students, so the funds do not flow through the county, and there is no other cost to the county for this program.
Mr. President, I would move for permission to apply for the NEP-HIP grant as submitted.
Second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Those opposed? That passes.
Thank you. And then I'd like to accept permission to accept the court's grant for the comprehensive opioid abuse site-based program. And Magistrate Moore is here with us to explain it as well. It's a $871,132 for 3 years, and it's in partnership with the Indiana Family of Social Services Administration to network community members and form relationships with organizations and agencies to create innovative ways to share resources and identify the adults who require assistance to facilitate compliance with the community reentry plans. There is no match to the county for this grant. Judge Moore's here to explain if you have questions.
So we applied for the grant. We received $870,000 some odd dollars over 3 years. This is done to deal with both opioids and mental health issues. The intent of the grant is to allow us to start at least the bare bones of a pretrial program to do evaluations of defendants at the jail, determine need for addictions or mental health services, and then hopefully coordinate those into referral programs to the extent that we're able to, but at least give us a better option in the pretrial phase of identifying needs of inmates so we can start addressing those as we move through the system. So hopefully not waiting until the end to address those needs, and also to inform pretrial release decisions for those defendants that pretrial release may be appropriate for.
So, and this will start January 1? How soon?
I mean, January 1 is the soonest we've been told the money will be available to us. I'm not certain the money will be released at that timetable. That's what we've been told would be the earliest we can expect to have it available. So we're moving forward to hopefully be in a position to accept the money then. The program in terms of getting up and running will take a little bit longer than that in terms of personnel and designing some procedures that we're hoping to have started here in the next couple months.
So we're going to need to approve employees for this program?
Eventually,
yes. Okay. And then I just want to say thank you to both of you. I know this came out in very short order, had to be completed and turned back in, and you got it done, and we're successful here. So hopefully this will be a
I'd also thanks should go to Jason Huber, who also put a
Yes.
tremendous amount of time to help us to get off this ground initially, and
Great program.
Mr. Harrington and the Public Defender's Office have also been very supportive in helping us get this off the ground.
Great. Thank you.
Congratulations to everyone. With that, Mr. President, I would move that we grant permission to accept $871,132 for the Comprehensive Opioid Abuse Site-Based Program, COAP 3.
Second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Those opposed? That passes. Thank you.
And the last I have is MOU contracts, which you have up there in the red folder. There are 2 contracts for tutoring services for the Tippecanoe County Youth Services paid from the JDAI funding to work with Lafayette School corporations for up to 2 hours per day and up to 40 youth daily. And this will be through June of 2019.
Mr. President, I'd move for approval of the MOU as submitted.
Second. Any further discussion?
No, sir.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Those opposed? That passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. We have the Fairgrounds Phase 2 design proposal with CHA.
So again, we have an addendum to the agreement, the original agreement. This is the Phase 2 agreement, and I believe folks from CHA, would you like to make a comment?
Sure. So this continues the design for the entire fairgrounds. It's actually beyond Phase 2. It also includes Phase 3. It encompasses 2.5 years of effort. We've got 2 more county fairs that will accommodate during the process. It includes the Coliseum, of course, but also the site work that encloses the site with security fencing, security camera systems, parking areas. And then the construction oversight.
Okay. Mr. President, I'd move for approval of the Phase 2 design proposal from CHA Consulting for our fairgrounds in the amount of $1,525,371.
Second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? That passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, it looks like we have an appointment to the CVB Convention and Visitors Bureau Board.
Yes, we had a resignation on the board and would like to appoint Teresa Sheets-Witkowski. It is a 3-year term appointment that begins immediately.
Was that a motion?
That is a motion.
Okay. I'll second that motion. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? That passes. All right. Do you have any unfinished?
I do not.
And Doug, you have no unfinished or any business? All right. Reports on file. We have a report from the Tippecanoe County Central Mail and Duplicating, the Clerk of the Circuit Court, the Tippecanoe County Treasurer, the Tippecanoe County Public Library, and those will be on file in the Commissioner's office. Public comment. 20 minutes.
I move to adjourn.
Okay, we're adjourned.
Nope, that's a single signature.
Joke about getting rid of fires moves things along, right?
That's right.